Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Burton Borders. It's the morning after the night before. England's hopes were dashed after a disappointing penalty defeat to Italy in the finals of the Euros. So 55 years of wait continues. So we've got the World Cup next year, so it's going to be 56 years of wait for the next trophy to come along. I don't want to talk too much about the game. The only thing I've got to say about the actual game itself was it was a good run by England. They should feel proud of themselves. But my only concern is that I think in order to become to turn from also-rans to winners is that we need to be a bit braver in possession. I think we need to take more attacking risks. Gareth Southgate got the team there with a cautious approach to the final, but when Italy scored to make it 1-1, I think he should have brought on the more attacking-minded players. I know he brought on Grealish, but I think he should have also brought on the likes of your Marcus Rashfords and Sancho's a lot earlier, especially for extra time, because Italy's defence are aging now. Chiellini was already on a yellow card, so I think running at a guy who's 36 years old, who's just playing in his second extra time of football also the legs are going a bit. I think we should have gone at them a little bit more, And I think fortune favours the brave, so it does need to be a bit braver. But the main reason I'm doing this video is because of all this racial abuse that these players are getting for missing the penalties. First of all, I've got to say, well done, Saka, mate. You had balls, because as a 19-year-old playing what is fourth or fifth international, you had the courage to go up and take the last penalty, knowing that you had everything depended on you. But you know what? You didn't shy away from it. There were other boys there who were a lot more experienced who could have taken that penalty, but you know what? You stood up, and you've got a great career coming ahead. I just like your attitude. So these races, I tweeted it, and because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen the moment, because obviously it wasn't only him, it was also Rashford. Rashford's penalty was terrible, by the way, and the Sancho one. So three black players missing penalties. It's only going to end one way on football Twitter. I said you might as well cancel or get rid of your accounts for now, because the abuse is going to be coming in. And no sooner said than done. These so-called supporters, of a united kingdom, I said more of a divided kingdom. They came out in force with their racist abuse. Not only was there a racist abuse for the players, what we also saw as well were England supporters people of colour like myself were being attacked because of their colour, just because it were black people missed the penalty, so they took out their frustrations on the people of colour. Not only blacks, Asians I saw being attacked as well. I saw Italians being attacked, and this is disgusting behaviour. I know a lot of people don't like talking about this on their platforms, but you know what? I don't care. I'm standing up and talking about this because, it has to be said. I went to one England match, that was years ago, and I vowed never to go again, because there was a lot of racial undertones when I went to that game. And it's a pity that somebody like me doesn't feel that they can go to these matches without being threatened. Because if I was there yesterday as well, and I'm walking home innocently, then people are going to be coming at me as well, just because of my colour. And as I said before, that's not acceptable. People got to realise that if it wasn't for the likes of Sterling and Saka, there wouldn't have been a final in the first place. Sterling got us out of the group. He scored the two decisive goals in the 1-0 victories over the Czech Republic and Croatia. And in the quarter-final against Germany, he scored an important first goal in that game. Then if you then go on and look at the match against Ukraine, it was his brilliant ball in the first 4 minutes to set up Kane, which settled nerves and allowed us to get through in the quarter-final. If you go on to the semi-final now, you'll see that it was Saka who was the one who was instrumental in the first goal with a cross, and with Sterling, if the guy didn't score the own goal, Sterling was right behind to get a tap in, and that's when England, we were 1-0 down and we needed that goal. So without these black players in the side, there wouldn't have been no penalty shootout in the final. So you guys got to remember that when you go abusing people of colour. And in the final, the goal, our goal came from Trippier, who is also a man of colour as well. His dad is of Jamaican roots. So it was him who set up that first goal to allow us to go into extra time and penalties also. So the default is to go to for racist abuse. So this is just the minority, because I know the majority of people in Britain are okay, when it comes to this sort of thing. But you've got this minority who spoils it for everybody else. And you know what? Most of England deserve this for the year that we've been through, but for those racist supporters, you deserve nothing. You don't deserve anything whatsoever. So if there's more years of hurt and whatever, you don't deserve to bask in the glory. Because I'll tell you something, had Saka scored the winner, you guys would have been jumping up celebrating, celebrating the fact that a black guy scored the winner. For me, I'll support England. I was disappointed that they lost, but you know what? I haven't had, and this is a shame to say what I'm going to say now, I haven't had a strong affiliation with my country. It's club over country always for me. I feel it more when my team loses than I do when my country loses. I was hurt for a bit yesterday, but you know what? I have been made to feel unwelcome in this country. Not so much now, I've got to admit, but when I was growing up as a youngster, seeing in the press always being referred to as West Indian youth and not British youth, and whenever something happened negatively, then all of a sudden we're no longer English, we're now off West Indian roots or Caribbean. We're only seen as British when we're doing something successful. So the media have got a lot to blame for this attitude as well. So that's me off my soapbox today. But you know what? I feel that this had to be said, because it's just going on far too much now. And I'm wearing this t-shirt of one of my heroes, Robert Nesta Marley, because he fought against injustice in the world. And this fight, this guy died in the 80s, and we shouldn't be talking about this sort of thing in 2021 now. This should be a lot more tolerant society. But the fact that we're seeing this still in our society disappoints me. So that's the end of the video, guys. Enjoy your day, and let's hope that England can do something in the World Cup next year with a winning goal from Saka. Okay, bye-bye.